Hey everybody, so before we get into the video here, I just want to put a little disclaimer. It's not too often I do scripted videos. I'm doing something a little different today, so I hope you guys enjoy it. If there's any mistakes, please forgive me. This is my first time trying this format. And also forgive me if I mispronounce a lot of stuff in this video. It's not really my strong suit, and maybe we should start a drinking game with how much I call Oguri in this video. Actually, never mind. That's a terrible idea. You might die. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started with the video. Hope you guys enjoy. What's the significance of Oguri Cap's crown? Why is she an adorable blob thing? Why is she the gluttony that the Bible talks about? And why am I so lonely and my parents don't love me? Maybe we'll find all of that out in this video. Hello everyone, my name is Kira Creates, and I'm here to take a break from my Musume addiction to talk about my Musume addiction. Today's a bit of a different video where I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite characters in the franchise, Oguri Fat. This video of autistic rambling was all possible thanks to pcbway, which we'll talk about later. So welcome to a video series I've been kind of workshopping in my head for a while called Prop Stories, where I just talk about a character that I like through a prop that's significant to them. So if you find this video neat, well then leave a comment, like the video, all that happy horse crap. And if for some reason you aren't subscribed already, why don't you go ahead and do that for more cool stuff in the future if you end up liking this video as well. I don't want to force you to do anything. And if you aren't subbed, I know who you are, and I'm watching you. Anywho, let's talk about the biggest fatty in history. Sorry, not sorry. Potato plush. So before we talk about this crown itself and how it relates to Oguri Cap, we're going to go over some background. And I'll just mention this to anyone who for some reason hasn't checked out Musume or doesn't know what it is yet. Welcome to this beautiful gacha rabbit hole. You will find nothing but joy, autism, and a possible side effect of gambling here. So if you don't know, Musume is a gacha game and anime series that is based on real life Japanese racehorses turned into anime girls. So I'll be both talking about the character and the real life racehorse. Oguri Cap was sired on March 27th, 1985, and his sire was American racehorse Dancing Cap, and his dam was Japanese racehorse White Narubi. And yes, I said Cap was a stallion. He is a man. The majority of Umas are actually men, and it's really funny. Oguri was an ashy gray because of his sire being gray as well, and his dam being white, and this was reflected in the anime by Oguri having a white and gray hair color. Ashy gray is the term you're looking for here, bud. And Oguri got the Ogiri in his name from his first owner, Koichi Ogiri. Cap had extremely weak legs after birth to the point where he couldn't even stand, which led to his dam unable to feed him, also leading to malnourishment. The staff of the farm during his early life were massaging his legs and feeding him what they could. This extra care led to Cap becoming rehabilitated and able to walk and stand on his own. But the side effect of this malnourishment is that Cap later in life developed an eating disorder where he just kept eating. Hence, why Cap is the greatest fatty in history. The game and anime did a great job adapting this into the anime girl version, with Cap not being able to walk as a child and her mother, which is probably Narubi, but it wasn't totally confirmed in the anime, but it just is. I'm just gonna say it. Screw you. It's my video. She was massaging Oguri's legs and was trying to feed this endless pit while also being broke. And you know, while looking at the current cost of groceries, that is too real, dog. Bro, no wonder why she said that sending Cap to Tracen was cheaper than affording the grocery bill. Now you may be asking, what does this have to do with the beautiful crown that is adorning my head right now? We'll get to that in a second. Just calm down. Just calm the heck down. There's a missing point. After those rough early years, Cap started his career at Kasamasu, in which he dominated all but 2 of his races in his first year in his career. And then after that, Oguri transferred into the JRA, which is the biggest racing org in Japan. But unfortunately, the original owner, which Oguri was named after, didn't have the license to go. So in order for Cap to join the JRA, ownership had to be transferred to a new owner. That new owner being Iso Sahashi. The anime also adapted this pretty faithfully, with Cap needing to change trainers in order to go to Tracen, which I'm not gonna lie, that whole thing made me cry like a little bit. And with this change also came new jockey silks, which leads into this crown. I know, finally, right? At Kasamatsu, his jockey Katsumi Ando wore a uniform of yellow and blue with a white W across the chest that kind of looks like the Wonder Man logo. And go watch that show too. It's so freaking good. Iron Man 3 fans rejoice, and I found a way to shove Wonder Man into here. Yay! And in the JRA, his jockeys wore racing silks of red and blue with a yellow crown design across the chest, which is why Oguri in the anime has this signature crown. And in the anime, Oguri gets the crown because her mother sends it to her while she's at Kasamatsu. This replica crown here was modeled by my friend Otome no Kaiju, which I'll leave her cult and Instagram down below, and the crown was fully 3D printed by today's sponsor, which is going to help put food in my belly like Oguri Cap, pcbway. pcbway is the best solution out there for getting high quality 3D prints if you don't have or want a 3D printer, as well as letting you design and create custom PCBs among many other services. They have a wide variety of materials to choose from, like classic PLA plastic, resin options, metal 3D printing, and nylon. Heck, they include descriptions of all their materials so that way you know exactly what material is perfect for your next project. So if you don't have a 3D printer or want a 3D printer but you want to make a 3D printed prop or a prototype or a custom PCB, go check out PCBway with the link that I have in the description. Explore a wide variety of options and services and treat yourself to a really nice prop like this. Now let's go to past Kira to unbox this guy. Yeah, I'm not showing you the other side because there's my personal info in it, but they definitely taped the absolute crap out of it. Alright, slice at the top, and then slice on the sides here, and hopefully I don't die. Alright, and I think that's good enough, so let's open her up. Alright, and okay, some stuff slid in. Okay, those are gems, I think. And yeah, we got a bunch of bubble wrap and a piece of paper. Yeah, they packed this pretty nicely. Lots of bubble wrap. Okay, so I believe this is the crown here. And here is the crown itself. Nice for my head. It's gonna look nicer with a wig. Print job looks spectacular. I think PCBway did a fantastic job on that. I'm only gonna unwrap one of these guys because they're all basically the gems. Ooh, that's nice. That's real nice. Yeah, here we got the resin gem here. Let's see if it, yep, there we go. It's a bit translucent, and that's what I wanted. It's nice and yellow for Oguri Cap, so this looks really nice. It does look like a gemstone. Like, this is awesome. I'm overall impressed with the packaging, so let's go to Future Kira for the assembly post-processing. Now, I didn't need to do too much as these were super high quality prints, and I don't have a resin printer because I don't want to. It's a hassle to deal with, and honestly, the returns for me is just not there. But these gems, I want specifically made out of translucent resin. So I had PCBway resin print them, and I selected a dyed option to dye them yellow, like as you see here. So that way, you know, they kind of look more like gems. I wanted these guys to be a little more translucent than they were out of the box, so I lightweight sanded them with 220 and then moved up to 600 grit sandpaper. Then I used a Rust-Oleum frosted window finish to seal them and really sell that cloudy look. And I almost forgot, thank you to Frankly Bill and Kenny Fish for suggesting the window frost to me. I was going to sand down the ASA crown base and then use acetone smoothing, but I really like the satin-like finish on the finished print, and also was just super high quality. I honestly just kind of left it, and after all of that, I was able to snap the gems in without any glue because the tolerances were modeled so perfectly and the print settings were dialed in. Then I just used some Surebonder hot glue to glue down a basic metal headband I got on Amazon, and boom, the crown is done. And with this beautiful crown completed, let's finish up the story of this absolute racing legend. Oguri Cap went on to create a true underdog story by winning 22 out of the 32 races in his career, with some notable races such as in 1988 Tenno Show, where this was the first time he raced one of his biggest rivals, Tamamo Cross, nicknamed the White Lightning. Cross took the victory and gave Oguri his first JRA loss. Then the 1988 Arima Keenan, where Oguri got revenge on Cross and beat him, earning the nickname the Gray Monster. His racing career spanned 5 years, ending it at the 1990 Arima Keenan with a decisive victory, which was made all the more impressive because that entire season he only won one race and lost the rest of them before the Arima Keenan. So basically he did what I couldn't in Marvel Rivals and ended everything on a win. And that's pretty much a cliff notes of the story of one of my favorite socially awkward Umas. And if you haven't already and you want to learn more about Oguri, check out Uma Musume Pretty Dirty on the App Store, as well as check out Uma Musume Cinderella Gray. This video was a lot of fun to make, and I've been wanting to make this for a long time. And make sure you check out everybody who made this possible, like Otome no Kaiju for modeling this for me, as well as PCBway for printing this and sponsoring the video. So go check them out with all the links that I left down below. And if you guys have any suggestion of any more Umas or just any characters in general from pop culture that you'd like me to talk about their stories through a prop, make sure you leave a comment down below and leave who you want to see. And as well, consider subscribing if you haven't already and like the video if you enjoyed it. And make sure to check out my other social medias down below, like my TikTok, Instagram, and all that fun stuff. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, where I go eat an entire buffet, get kicked out, and then go touch some grass. Okay, goodbye.